Once you've taken that first bite, you're done for. You're going to be a lover of oysters for life.
I've never met an oyster I didn't like, so.
An oyster is like a potato chip. You just can't eat one, and whether they're raw or whether they're fried, they're all delicious.
If you like it cooked and covered in bacon and butter, that's great too. You know, there is no wrong way to enjoy an oyster.
Up until the 50s, Virginia was the oyster capital of the world, until the big die-off in like 56. So more oysters came out of Virginia than anywhere on the planet.
The oyster is bringing back the fishing and all things that went with this area of 100 years ago. There is no other oyster trail like this one. In fact, when research was done, what was discovered that there was one in France, but other than that, there wasn't any.
The Virginia Oyster Trail really is a easy way to navigate what's out there in terms of oyster restaurants, bed and breakfasts, oyster companies. It's a really great resource for people looking for that experience.
Being a significant part of the oyster trail has just become so important. It has given us a perspective on waterman's life. It has added so many activities to what we can offer to our clientele.
We are beginning to see guests that specifically are coming to participate on the oyster trail. That is the reason for coming. When you have a vineyard close to the water where there are oysters, the same special set of characteristics that make the grape so good are the same characteristics that make the oyster so tasty, and as a result you have a perfect pairing, and you cannot find that many places in the world.
And they're making it a destination. They're driving from Fredericksburg, D.C., the western part of the state. They're coming all the way here just to experience Merroir and the oyster trail with the oyster company here. On a more global picture is drawing attention to what we're doing in Virginia with oysters, and how unique they are as a food, how great this process can be for the environment. All those great things are happening, and then the end result is you get to enjoy great Chesapeake oysters.
Our little town is just full of interesting things.
Great dining in the area with local seafood. There's fishing, there's lots of golf around here.
We have Christchurch.
From the lodging to the restaurants to the shops, places you won't find anywhere else.
The Chesapeake Bay is one of the world's, if not the world's, greatest source of oysters. The Eastern Oyster is Crassostrea virginica. It has the word Virginia in it, for Pete's sake.
It's pretty crazy to see oysters go from here to actually Beijing this week. So the reach is pretty global now.
What other food can be in some of the greatest quotes in history, from Hemingway to Carnegie to Shakespeare? Only the oyster.